building the world's longest sea-crossing bridge. There is nothing impossible for China. The Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge turned the engineering world upside down with its huge length of 55 kilometers. This bridge is not just a bridge, a masterpiece of steel and concrete rising in the middle of the ocean. Extreme winds, giant waves, severe earthquakes. None of them could stop this giant structure. The amount of steel used in the construction process is enough to build 60 Eiffel Towers. The bridge not only crosses over the sea, but also goes under the water and continues with a huge tunnel. The 6.7-kilometer underwater tunnel allows vehicles to continue their journey without slowing down, without obstructing the passage of giant cargo ships. While America and Europe were struggling with shorter bridges, China connected the continents. The Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge is not just an engineering marvel, it is China's challenge to the world. Japan is teaching the engineering world a new lesson by rebuilding the historical Daishi Bridge. This is not just a renovation project, it is a giant step into the future. Equipped with high-strength steels, the most advanced seismic isolation systems, and smart engineering solutions, the new Daishi Bridge will offer a comfortable passage not only for vehicles, but also for pedestrians and cyclists. Huge rocks, hard granite walls. Tunneling through a mountain is not an ordinary excavation job. This is one of the most striking uses of explosive engineering, and that's where the dynamite comes in. First, engineers analyze the structure of the rocks. Which points are weakest? Where can the fastest progress be made when it is detonated? After these calculations are made, high explosive dynamites are placed precisely. After the explosion, giant tunnel boring machines come into play. The shattered rocks are cleaned with diggers. Then the durability of the tunnel is increased by adding concrete and steel supports. The largest tunnels in America, Europe, and China were built with this explosive power. This engineering marvel technology, which penetrates mountains, continues to be one of the cornerstones of humanity's largest transportation and energy projects. The most critical part of railway projects is the rails. These steel giants, where trains weighing tons move at incredible speeds, are not ordinary metal pieces. Manufactured from high-strength steel, cast with perfect smoothness, and shaped with millimetric precision, the rails produced are shipped worldwide for high-speed rail lines, heavy-duty transportation, and metro systems. Rails that are 25 meters long in some countries are produced up to 100 meters in giant projects such as China, reducing the need for resources. First, the land needs to be completely level. Diggers, dozers, and rollers come into play and prepare the line where the railway will pass. Hard rocks are broken with explosives, loose soil is compressed, and a strong foundation is created on which the rails will sit. The joints of the rails are joined by welding at high temperatures, thus shock and vibration are minimized when the train passes. huge tunnel network under London, one of the largest transportation projects in the world. Here is the incredible construction process of Crossrail. At depths where construction equipment cannot enter, rocks were excavated using a huge TBM, concrete supports were placed, and metro lines were laid with millimetric precision. These giant machines, each weighing 1,000 tons and 7 meters in diameter, dug under London like a spider web. Just digging wasn't enough. Rails were laid in these tunnels, signaling systems were installed, and the stations were made ready for the future with modern designs. Moreover, all these operations were carried out without damaging the city's heavy traffic and historical structure. This bridge is not an ordinary transportation project, an engineering marvel built to connect the two sides of Kasanuma Bay in one of Japan's most challenging geographies. With massive steel beams, ultra-durable concrete piers, and special seismic insulation systems, this bridge is designed to withstand all the challenges of nature. Kasanuma Bay is known for its strong currents and harsh weather conditions. That's why engineers assembled the structure on special platforms on the sea and used aerodynamic design to provide the highest resistance to wind. Conclusion: a bridge that is both strong and aesthetically perfect.
Stretch the size of 11 football fields is what the Al Fairuz fish farming project in Egypt is. Commissioned at the beginning of this year, Al Fairuz is now Africa's largest fish farming operation, overtaking Lake Harvest in Zimbabwe, which was for a while the continent's largest aquaculture site. Technically, Al Fairuz is not within the confines of the African continent itself but outside of it since it plotted on the Mediterranean. This also means that the fish farm is the largest in the Middle East. The monetary cost of this feat chalked by Egypt is not clear, although unofficial estimates have put it at about $200 million. The farm is technically not just an aquaculture project. It is also meant as a project that will bring added value to the development of the Suez Canal and the Sinai Peninsula because it entails industrial and urban settlements there. Over 10,000 direct and indirect jobs, according to the Egyptian government, will be created by Al Fairuz. Concentrated thermal solar power plants, CSP, are used as a renewable source of heat energy or electrical energy. CSP systems focus the sun rays falling on a large area into a single small area by means of mirrors and sun tracking systems connected to these mirrors. The concentrated sunlight is then used to generate the heat required for conventional power plants. In addition, the generated heat energy can be used for other purposes. PS10 Solar Energy Tower, Seville. Concentrated solar energy technologies have come to life in a wide area with examples such as dish Stirling engine, solar energy tower, CLFR, solar chimney. Each focusing method provides high temperatures and correspondingly high thermodynamic efficiency. However, these methods differ from each other in the way they track the sun and the way they benefit from solar energy. Thanks to advances in technology, these concentrated solar energy methods are becoming more affordable day by day. New Alamein is a new city in northwest Egypt inaugurated by Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi on March 1, 2018. New Alamein lies on the Mediterranean Sea, approximately 85 kilometers west of Borg El Arab International Airport. Still under construction, New Alamein was conceived by the Egyptian government as a center for tourism, education, and government. The city has its own presidential palace and ministry building. Construction is ongoing at New Alamein for 3 universities, 15 skyscrapers and high-rise towers, and 10,000 hotel rooms. Work has begun on Phase 2 of the New Alamein Megaproject, which includes 10 additional coastal towers. Tahrir Petrochemicals Company Ain Sokna Complex is an upcoming petrochemical complex located in Suez Governorate, Egypt. The complex is expected to commence commercial operations in 2027 and is likely to have an annual petrochemical capacity of 6.47 pa. The complex will use naphtha as its key feedstock. The plants in this complex are operated by Tahrir Petrochemicals in Egypt Hydrocarbon. The complex is expected to produce key products such as ethylene, polyethylene, proline, hexene, ammonia etc. Ethylene accounts for major capacity share, i.e., 23.1% of the total annual capacity of the complex with 1.5 mpa, followed by polyethylene and propylene with 20.8% and 14.4% respectively. The high-speed rail network will connect 60 cities throughout the country, with trains that can operate at up to 230 km per hour. An initial contract for the first line of 660 km, from the port cities of Ain Sokna on the Red Sea to Marsa Matruh and Alexandria on the Mediterranean, was signed on September 1, 2021, worth €2.7 billion. This Suez Canal on tracks will connect both sea and dry ports and will improve the efficiency of transporting freight. The second line will be about 1,100 kilometers and connects Cairo and Abu Simbel near the border with Sudan, linking the large city to rising economic centers in the south. Running along the Nile River, it also connects communities up and down the Nile. The third line will cover 225 kilometers, connecting the World Heritage archaeological sites in Luxor with Hurghada by the Red Sea. In addition, this rail link is expected to greatly improve the efficiency and sustainability of freight transport for goods and materials between Safagia harbor and inland locations. The total area allocated for the Egypt's future project is 1.5 million feddan, which represents 50% of the new Delta project. Al-Sisi highlighted the importance of finishing the project before the end of 2023, in addition to the projects in Toshka, Beni Suef, Minya and others, given the current circumstances. During his speech in the inaugural, an old saying goes that inventions are born out of necessity. The most obvious proof of this fact is the vibrant agricultural technology sector in the desert, with leading technologies from drip irrigation to precision agriculture, has done just that. The desert agrotechnology sector is attracting massive investment as farmers around the world seek to capitalize on the benefits of big data, artificial intelligence, smart irrigation and the Internet of Things. Agriculture is a very important industry in China, employing more than 300 million farmers. 1. With the production of cereals in particular, China ranks first worldwide in farm production. The main products produced within the agricultural sector in China are rice, wheat, potatoes, sorghum, peanuts, tea, millet, barley, cotton, oilseeds, pork and fish. According to the estimates of the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, the agricultural sector accounts for 15% of the country's gross domestic product and represents 40% of the total workforce. Farms are currently owned by village communities that lease them out to farmers with lease agreements that can extend up to 30 years. This semi-privatization has been accompanied by an explosion in both productivity and production. Chinese agriculture is deprived of arable land. In addition, it is only 10% of the world's arable land, despite having to feed 22% of the world's population. In addition, it is estimated that arable land is decreasing by approximately 2,500 square kilometers per year due to increasing urbanization, environmental pollution and desertification. Despite this, agricultural production increased by 90% between 1990 and 2003. Chinese agriculture is deprived of arable land. In addition, it is only 10% of the world's arable land, despite having to feed 22% of the world's population. In addition, it is estimated that arable land is decreasing by approximately 2,500 square kilometers per year due to increasing urbanization, environmental pollution and desertification. Despite this, agricultural production increased by 90% between 1990 and 2003. China does not want grain production to fall below 600 million tons. Therefore, it aims to continue grain production in at least 110 million hectares of land. There is currently 134.88 million hectares of agricultural land in the country. Since 1996, the breadth of agricultural land has increased by 4.8 million hectares. Currently, 117 million hectares of grain are planted. The Chinese government, in order to encourage farmers to plant grain, to increase agricultural employment and income expectations, to protect farmers against low grain prices and the risk of product survival, it implements support policies such as floor price, purchase and storage guarantee for certain grain varieties in certain periods and in certain regions. While the Chinese government has gradually improved the floor price of rice and wheat since 2016, it has been reducing the government's purchase rate. China has also increased its storage capacity by building modern grain storage facilities and modernizing old facilities. In 2018, the capacity of advanced grain warehouses was 670 million tons, while the capacity of simple warehouses was around 240 million tons. Since 1996, total effective storage capacity has increased by 31.9%. As one of the world's most dynamic markets in the global agro-horticulture industry, China has the largest greenhouse cultivation area in the world. Many agricultural concepts, such as rural revitalization, big data and artificial intelligence, and sustainable agriculture are encouraged by China's policymakers. We are looking at Turkey's highest dam. In the construction of the dam, a 275-meter body was built, starting from the 440-meter foundation level and rising to the 710-meter level. 6,500 cubic meters of concrete was poured daily with 3 overhead lines. great pleasure to watch these unique dam images. Bridge construction requires a lot of machinery. Engineers consider every detail. As a result, even the smallest mistake can have a bad ending. This is how the processes of these projects continue. While new technologies are being injected into energy-efficient cars, the same seems to be true for the road. Technologies we use. But with this, smart technologies, the roads are ready to change, and according to the predictions, the roads of our future will look very different. Especially with new road technologies, the safety of drivers is ensured more, accidents become more preventable and traffic jams can be prevented. And of course more. The smarter, more environmentally friendly and sustainable. Transformation of roads will bring many benefits, both economically and in terms of energy efficiency.